everyone. I want to welcome you to the 68th Annual Mamaroneck Firemans Parade, and I'm here with my co-host Ken Barron. And we want to just acknowledge him because in 6 months he's going to be celebrating his 50th anniversary with the fire department. I know he didn't want me to say anything, but it's important to shout that out. Also, we want to acknowledge this parade is in memory of Raymond Labruciano, who served as a judge for 50 years.
At this parade.
Yes. We just want to acknowledge him in his honor.
And he'll be heavily missed up on the judging stand.
He definitely will. It won't be the same this year. And also we want to shout out to Alice, who usually hosts this parade along with Ken, but this year she unfortunately couldn't make it, so I'm going to do my best and try to fill in.
We miss you, Alice.
We miss you, Alice.
Also, while we're doing Mamaro Engine and Hose Company, one of the companies housed up on Palmer Avenue here, is actually celebrating their 125th year of service this year. A lot of fellas that passed through that house done a heck of a job across the years, and we're going to have a heck of a party in November.
Definitely. So we're kicking off the parade today with this motorcycle unit from right here in Mamaroneck, and it gets pretty exciting. I mean,
as you watch this, you're generally going to see that there's visiting police officers on many of these motorcycles. They'll have other community names on them. We borrow them for the parades.
They're really flashy, and I definitely like to see them kick off the parade, so it's a lot of fun.
While we're waiting for these motorcycles to step off, we're going to invite you all to join our local fire department. We need help. We're always looking for recruits, and I see hundreds of them out here. I'm sure we can recruit a few of you. So have an opportunity, come by a firehouse.
Definitely. There's several in Mamaroneck, so make sure to stop at one of them and volunteer and give your time. It's important. And I'm liking these motorcycles, Ken.
Yeah, there you go.
I definitely feel
I have a nephew, should be on one of them. One of the police officers, Dougie Barron, is regular with the motorcycles. He hopefully will be in there.
Ooh, we got to look out for him. Also, I love seeing the motorcycles. It really feels like it kicks off the 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
Seeing the red, white, and blue lights.
Yeah,
and
here we go.
And here they come.
Look for some of the community names on the side of the motorcycles.
Oh, let's take a look. Let's make sure we take a look. Oh, I see the different departments, the different cities on the front of their motorcycles.
There you go.
There, I see Harrison, Mount Vernon, Stamford. Very exciting. There's some more at Stamford, Yonkers.
Stamford sent some folks, Yonkers sent some folks.
I see a Scarsdale as well.
There you go.
And we have some
very smart looking group.
Very smart. Now we have some marchers coming up. We have the lead band coming down from Danbury, Connecticut.
Yes. They're going to lead the parade for us, and I think I saw somewhere we may get them again later. I thought I saw them in a list later on, so we may see them back.
We want to welcome the Danbury Drum Corps, providing us with excellent music at the beginning of today's parade. And this is a classic moment at parades when you hear a band going off with their uniforms. It's a perfect way to start the parade today.
Coming along behind the band is our Village Mamaroneck Fire Department Color Guard. This is a pretty steady unit that serves at many parades and functions here in the village. It's made up of ex-Captain Arthur, we know him as Skippy Donahue, firefighter Warren Paul, firefighter Victor Malinowski, firefighter David Malinowski, and they join a long line of Malinowskis that have served their village across the years.
I'm very lucky tonight because Ken is literally a history textbook of Mamaroneck, so I feel very fortunate tonight to have him next door to me.
Okay, Grand Marshal is probably coming into your picture. That's Past Chief Barry Castorella, and Lieutenant Scott Close is his aide. For those of you that live in the area, the Castorellas have 3 triplets, and they're all in the fire department. Most of them have been chief at one point or another. And here comes our first emergency piece of equipment. It's being pushed by Chief Fred Castorella with his grandson Joseph DeSalvo. First piece of emergency equipment.
I'd like to take that fire truck home with me. That's adorable, super cute.
All right, you're being followed by the Village of Mamaroneck's 3 Chiefs cars, making lots of noise to get your attention.
Lots of noise.
Okay, the primary chief you got numbers. 2241 is the senior chief, 2242 is the second, 2243 would be the second assistance car. 41 is driven by Michael Cope. 42 is driven by Vinny Rizzo. 43 driven by Robert Porticate. And I always mess that name up. I'll have to apologize to him.
And like Ken mentioned earlier, the Maro Engine and House Company is celebrating their 121 years of service in our town.
Yeah, this is their unit, the yellow one, coming up into.
That's the one thing of Mamaroneck is you don't necessarily always have to see red fire trucks. You see several different colors.
Yeah, we got a yellow one, we've got a green one.
And classic red.
A couple of them are red and white, so we do have some mixed colors.
Which I think even makes it more special because you get to see some different colors. We're going to take a look and wave at the yellow fire truck passing by.
Here come our 50-year members.
We have ex-Captain William Fraser, firefighter Frank Pugliotti, and the vehicle is owned and driven by Tony Casaza.
Right. And then we're followed by the ladies' auxiliary led by President Florence Greto and Marie Paul. I believe will be in the car. Okay. Marie Paul, I'm sure, is riding in the car, and she's got 50 years of service to the Ladies Auxiliary.
We want to make sure we mention that the vehicles are being provided by Fiat and Chrysler Jeep Dodge from Larchmont.
Okay. And while the world at large won't realize it, but in the front, Marie bounced me on her knee when I was about 8, 9 years old. She's probably well up in her 80s at this point.
Talk about a throwback, an important moment. Wow.
And the guys in the gray shirts is our post, 444. It's a Explorer/Boy Scout operation. They're actually trained to be firefighters. They're allowed to do a lot of work with fire equipment. They're not allowed into fire buildings until they're actually full-fledged members, but they're very helpful on and around the fire ground and around the firehouses.
Which is a very good point, because I, to be honest with you, I just learned what that was right now, so it's good to know. Ooh, what's going on here? We have Mayor Rosenblum's FDNY racing team.
I have no idea what that was. Other than noise. And he left a strip of rubber on the street.
Ooh. We're recovering right now from that air.
Okay. Oh, that might have. We got Mayor Rosenblum here, who has a racing team. That might have been one of his vehicles.
I'm pretty sure
and
that
he's
was.
the guy with the red flag out here on the parade ground.
We have Mayor Rosenblum that just walked by, who's waving the flag right there in the middle, wearing jeans and a black shirt.
Oh, there will be. No.
We also want to thank the following village officials that are here. Along with Mayor Rosenblum, we have Deputy Mayor Louis Santoro, Trustee Leon Potok, Trustee David Finch, Trustee Elisa Miller, Village Manager Richard Slinglander, Assistant Village Manager Dan Sarnoff, Clerk Treasurer Augie Fusco, Police Chief Chris Leahy, Village Attorney Charles Goldberger, Village Justice Christine Dorico, and Village Justice Daniel J. Gallagher.
And we're up here.
We have...
This is the Legion Post.
We have the Larchmont American Legion Post, 347.
And we've probably got the Village of Mamaroneck's Post 90 here in the group. We're coming right up also.
I like those silver helmets they're sporting. Yeah. Those look really cool.
To shine them up before they come out.
Definitely.
All right.
Hi, Cousin Sue.
We have a hero on the parade line.
Along with them, I'd like to shout out to the Sons of the American Legion, 347. And we're welcoming the Mamaroneck Village EMS coming up.
Yep, they're coming up. They have their banner in front of them. I'm not quite sure who we have in the car, the convertible.
But we want to make sure we shout out to them as well.
Yeah, maybe one of the senior members of the Legion Post.
Of the Legion Post.
Yeah, that's what he is. One of the senior members of the Legion Post.
Riding in style today,
there
right?
He is, yeah. All right, we got EMS, which, as you're aware, is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week EM medical emergency service here in the village and in the town of Mamaroneck, which is now one big district. They work together. And here again, they're also looking for members. So if you have an interest in being medically orientated and want to help folks out, those folks will be happy to have you.
Now we have our local sports team. We have Mamaroneck High School sports teams who are now state champs, boys baseball and girls field hockey teams. Tennis doubles champs as well, Hope and Courage Crawford. We have wrestling champ Yusuf Ermita and girls track team who ran, I'm assuming, 4x800 and 200-meter runners.
Also, just to back it up, the Larchmont Historical Society has a unit coming up, but I wanted to say congratulations to all those people that won those state champions. That's a simple word to say. It's a ton of work to get there, a lot of commitment, a lot of hours, and they came with it. Is that better?
Look at this cool car coming up. I like this one.
This is the Larchmont Fire Department Historical Society. This is a 1922 American LaFance unit. Actually, that's the pumper further back. This is what they call a fire car. I think this might have been the chief's fire car in its day.
Yeah, the 1910 brush car.
Yeah.
This is quite a sight. They don't make them like this anymore, folks. Let me tell you that. If I remember right,
this is a single-cylinder engine in this thing that's driving it. And it's all been redone. Most of it is original, but they've cleaned it up thoroughly.
It's
beautiful. The Larchmont is known for their helmets with the flame on top. There's fewer of them around, but when I first came into the fire department, there'd be 50 of them out here marching with those helmets on.
Those are definitely unique.
Well, the parts gave out and things like that. Okay.
I could see getting it become a little troublesome, but they are unique and beautiful to look at.
And passing us is the Larchmont 1922 American LaFance.
And in the car we have Miss Westchester Teen 2015, Jordan Decker. And we have Miss Hudson Valley 2015, Chelsea Skid.
Yeah.
So we have some local beauty queens here.
Right, and this is the young girls group here. I believe they're referred to as the New York Princesses. It's an organization that grooms young ladies, and they have this contest each year. We had Kathy Rodriguez, who was preteen, 11-year-old. Kayla Kumar,
who's the NAM New York preteen, 13. Lauren Schwartzberg, NAM New York teen, 19. And we have Lily Fauci, who's a Mamaroneck resident, so we got to give her a shout out for a New York princess at age 6. Imagine that.
All right. Also passing us is Joe Ricky, who has made a career out of being the fire Indian chief here in town. You will see him at a number of our functions, and there's actually a historical piece that goes with it. This area was originally settled by the Sienoi Indians. Mr. Rich Bell many years ago bought the land from the Indians, and Joe has been busy keeping their memory alive. All right, this is our first division coming up with Kevin
Delner, who happens to be, we have Brian Delner, who happens to be my best friend of all of life. So this is very, very exciting. So this is a special moment for me, get to see my best friend of all of life marching.
The current band is working with Portchester. They're known as Company B.
Company B?
Company B, and they're going to be marching in front of Portchester. We have another award every year for the most in line. Usually Portchester and Ossining compete for it. Portchester's got a real strong showing here tonight. It'll be interesting to see what Ossining has when they arrive.
They look very dapper tonight,
there you go.
Very dapper.
And they're all in step.
All
it's
in
even
step,
better.
Marching right in line. Look at this. Dapper men of all ages.
I'm not sure what the number is, but I'll probably exceeds 50.
Definitely. This seems like a lot tonight. And Portchester has, along with many men, several. Are those their trucks as well, or no?
No, they're being followed by their ride.
Okay,
This is how they all got here.
Okay.
We packed them all into the first one. The other guys just for backup.
So Portchester, along with all their dapper firemen, brought
You will notice if you watch the fire service, many of the chief cars are now SUVs because they're much easier to work out of when we used to have the sedans. There's a lot more space in them. If you actually open the back doors, you'd find full radio stations in there for communications with the state, the county, and the local pizza place.
And we have 3 SUVs right here. Excuse me, followed by several fire trucks as well.
I believe this first one is their rescue unit.
Okay.
A special service unit that goes to special calls, and they've got all specialized equipment in the box. They're often referred to as utilities. This is Utility 65. Westchester County has a list of vehicle designators and numbers. So within Westchester County, Utility 60 would be its radio number.
Oh, okay,
As you watch the different equipment come by, you'll see numbers on them, and in many cases, that's their radio identifier on a county band. You'll notice the one coming up to us is engine 60 out of Portchester. And there you would have a designator of engine, ladder, utility vehicle, rescue unit.
Oh yeah, we have.
Further up county, we have tankers, things like that.
Oh, okay. So we had engine 60 just passed us, so now we have.
And this is ladder 31.
Ladder 31. And past ladder 31, we have.
Also, you'll notice on many of the signs, many of the fire companies are named after somebody. In this case, it was at Howie Howard, who was a member back in the early years of the fire service. And this is referred to as a rescue. So this is Rescue 40. They tend to go a lot of things like car fires where you have to get people out.
Okay.
Special lighting. They got great big lights set up on top of it, so at night they can light up the fire ground. Okay.
And I believe we're welcoming from Kent?
Portchester.
Oh, still from
Kent.
Portchester.
No, this is Kent. You're right. I'm sorry, Kent.
No.
Yeah, he's waving. That's Kent. Okay.
So we want to welcome Kent now coming in.
Talk about yellow, and we talk about tankers. These things carry water. Kent is a community north of Carmel, up in Putnam.
Okay.
And they don't really have hydrant service, so they have to bring the water to the scene.
Wow.
And when you get up county, there's a lot of mutual aid because it takes more than one tanker. Usually they'll operate in sets of 3. You'll have one at the fire scene with water, one going for water, and one in transit.
That's interesting. Folks, I didn't know that one, so I hope.
And this is an engine for brush trucks, if you will. If you got to go off-road up there in the country, we don't have as many paved roads. That's what you're looking for, something like this.
Yeah, because once you leave this immediate area, there's, you know, gets country roads, dirt roads, not necessarily always paved. So these trucks got to be able to manage those terrains.
And they do carry a certain amount of water, and they have pumps on them. So there's a lot of information in there.
So we want to welcome the firefighters and from Hawthorne Fire Department. We have about 6 firefighters here today, including a female, which always gets me excited. Love to see those females representing.
Volunteer, we'll suit you up.
I don't know if I can handle it, but I definitely support them, that's for sure. So we want to...
And they probably all came in a Chief's car here also.
Chief's car along with a fire truck.
Fire engine, yep.
And like I learned today from Ken, it's a fire rescue.
Right, that's it. In this case, it's probably a frontline fire engine that's also carrying rescue equipment, so they designated fire rescue.
And it's Fire Rescue Engine 155 from Hawthorne Fire Department.
Hawthorne's up in the Pleasantville area, up in that part of the county.
Up in northern Westchester.
Well, it looks like we're in one of the momentary breaks. For those of you in the area, you'll understand that they have to stop the parade in sections to allow the Boston Post Road to move some traffic through. So we'll get a minute or two break here while they allow some Post Road traffic once these units get there. Okay, Rye Fire Department is being led by the West Firefighter Pipe Band. And I don't talk through pipe bands, I like to listen to them. Just as a side note, the Village of Mamaroneck Fire Department was in Rye this morning on mutual aid for a building that had a fire in its attic, and they needed some extra people to assist them. We also rolled in some of our equipment up there. Our mutual aid system is alive and well here in Westchester.
Just because we're celebrating a parade, you know, real life still happens, you know, things going on, so the department had to go up there and help out. So we're going to enjoy the live music from the West Firefighter.
Now, this band is a group of firefighters that go out and parade in the bagpipe type style, and most of them are active within the fire service when they're not marching in the parade. And this should be the Rye apparatus coming along. And the chief leading the parade was on the fire scene this morning. He and I were chatting.
Mr. Ken, the VIP firefighter.
There you go.
And along with the Rye Fire Department, we have...
And the guy in the white shirt and tie was passing out water bottles. I got 2 of them. And at some point, we're going to have to take a break because I see Mayor Bloomberg is being...
Yes. The mayor is standing...
Rosenblum. I said Bloomberg. I'm sorry, Rosenblum.
Oops.
Too many blooms.
Close enough.
How we doing?
So we're gonna go live with to Marcella Meidler, our reporter, who's with Mayor Norman Rosenblum.
Hi, thanks, Kat. I'm here with Mayor Norman Rosenblum. What do you think of today's events?
Absolutely fantastic. Just like being picked #1 continuously, we were gifted with terrific weather, even though it was supposed to rain. So the Village of Mamaroneck always comes out on top. It's great. It's a fantastic parade that gets bigger and bigger. It represents what the village is, a diverse community, and people have come from all over, from Connecticut, from New Jersey, all over New York, actually. So it's just a fantastic parade. It's getting together. It's a great prelude to the block parties that we're going to have in July and August. Everybody's welcome to come back again to the #1 village in New York.
What do you think is the best part about today's parade?
The kids. I remember I was here from the very beginning in the first parade, and what you see as a child and you grow up never changes, and it's unbelievable. But I tell you, I never really grew up, so this little bit of me that's still a child. It's terrific. Everybody loves the parade. It's great to wave to the people and wave back. It's marvelous. It's terrific.
And do you think it's important that we celebrate our firefighters?
Oh, absolutely. Particularly in the village of Mamaroneck, we have an all-volunteer fire department of over 200 members, and actually, financially, it's good because they are rated as a paid fire department, so you pay less insurance. But even more important than that, they give us the best quality fire insurance. Just like I'm involved, if you went by, you saw the truck FDNY, we're involved with FDNY Racing. They're celebrating 150 years of saving lives, and that's what the Village of Mamaroneck does. They save lives, and they're all members and live in the Village of Mamaroneck, which is great.
Thank you so much. Well, we're going to go back to Kat and Ken to see what's up with the Fireman's Parade.
Thank you, Marcella. We just want to give a quick shout out to the North White Plains Fire Department who passed on by while we were interviewing.
Okay. And coming up, we have Wayton, which is a Connecticut fire department up along 95, the other side of Stamford. Another young lady marching.
And we have another young lady marching, which always gets me happy.
Okay. They use a similar numbering system, however, they're on a different radio frequencies than we are.
We're here with fire engine number 2, big 2 on the side of the road. Side of the truck, excuse me.
Okay. And we're coming up are the Regulators, which is a band marching in front of Mayapack Falls. Has been in a number of our parades and always do a bang-up job.
I'm loving these outfits from Mayapack, I just gotta say. They look stellar tonight.
This is actually the Regulator band.
The regular
they
band.
march for a lot of different fire departments along the way.
Excuse me, let me get that correctly.
These bands, many of them, when they form up, they start of the year, they go out and reach out to fire departments, see who wants to.
And let's point out, one of the females here has her baby strapped onto her.
Yeah, the same with the leader. Look.
Yeah, and another one strapped onto his back. So, shout out to them. Getting the job done even while being a parent.
Babysitters Union's going to be complaining.
We're going to go back to Marcella, who has Councilman Tom Murphy with her.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with Councilman Tom Murphy. What do you think of today's events?
You know, I love the Fireman's Parade. It's a great time for the community. People from all over the Lower Westchester Avenue come. Fire departments from all over the county and other counties come. It's just a great way to kick off the summer in the Village of Mamaroneck.
What do you think is the best part about today's events?
Well, the best part is the carnival. Going down to the carnival, for the kids going on the rides, for us older people getting some pizza free, you know, once a year event for some of us. But you know, it's just a great time to celebrate, you know, both our volunteers and the Village of Mamaroneck.
What are you doing this 4th of July?
This 4th of July, I'm going to be in Mamaroneck. I'll be watching the fireworks down at Harbor Island Park, like I usually do. The best fireworks on the Sound Shore in Mamaroneck.
Oh, are you excited for the summer concerts coming up?
Yes, I am. You know, I usually try and hit a couple of them. I go away for some of it. But yeah, you know, the summer concerts in Harbor Island, the summer concerts over in Memorial Park. There's a lot of stuff for people, especially people with small families, to do around the community during the summer.
Oh, great. So, do you have anything else to add?
No, just I hope everybody enjoys the summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, now back to Kat.
So we're back. Thank you, Marcella. And we want to shout out to Mayapack Falls.
Yeah, they went by.
They went by?
Right. I believe we're dealing, Armonk is passing us as we speak. We have a chief's car, and it looks like their emergency services EMS program. Many of the fire departments around Westchester County have an EMS division. Here in the Village of Mamaroneck, it's a separate entity. We work together, but they are a separate entity. Other parts will work within the fire companies.
I also want to shout out to all the residents who turned out today.
Yeah,
everybody's enjoying some nice ice cream, pizza, and the weather's perfect today. It's not too hot, it's a nice breeze. Mamaroneck is on point today.
There you go. Looks like this will be up next. Another pipeline. Oh, we got another slight spacing going on here. Coming into your picture should be the local 21 pipe band, and they're leading the Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department, which is our neighbors to the west, if you will.
Providing excellent live music with those bagpipes and drums today. Here they are coming up.
Yeah.
Looking spectacular in those dark green
Yeah.
and
Well,
black.
one might be Scottish and one these might be Irish since they're green. But since they both use the bagpipes, yeah, he's got to be the Irish. I think he's got the clover leaf on the
Yeah, it
band
does
drum.
on their drums, yep.
More of an Irish background.
And following the local 21 pipe band, we have the Mamaroneck Town Fire Department, right?
Yeah, Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department is out in full force. We got a nice turnout from them. They're on neighboring communities here in town.
I see several children too marching with their dads.
Yeah, there you go. Chief has his out with him.
It's nice to see the town turn up too.
Yep. There you go. Usually what happens, their apparatus gets to the post road and then makes a left, makes a right and goes back towards quarters. But they got a very nice turnout here.
And here's a little man being held by his dad.
Looks like he ran out of legs. Dad's got the duty.
He got a little tired, he needed a ride. Pick me up. And here the town is followed by their
Fire chief's vehicles.
several SUVs.
And looks like they emptied the barn. Looks like they got all their equipment here.
Yeah, seems like it.
I see quite a few pieces there.
So we're gonna go back to Marcella Myler, our reporter who's with one of our resident youths.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with Caitlin. So what do you think of today's events?
It's really fun.
Are you a resident in the village of Mamaroneck?
Yes.
Oh, great. And how many years have you been coming to the Fireman's Parade?
2.
2 years. What's your favorite part?
Seeing the people playing the drums.
Oh, do you want to become a firewoman?
Maybe.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to take it back to Kat and Ken.
Oh, we're back on. Coming through is the Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department, which are our neighbors here up on Weaver Street. And they looks like they emptied the barn to come to the parade. Looks like all of their equipment is here.
We have several fire trucks here.
So I'm sure whatever the duty engine is, when they get to the Boston Post Road, it will make the right and head back towards the barn, while the others get to go down for their hot dog and refreshment.
Not everybody gets to have fun today. Only part of them do. We have about 5 here today.
Yeah, well, that's as I said. That looks like all of their equipment is here. Pumpers, they got the ladder coming up and the rescue following.
And then we have an old antique one coming up too.
Both the village and the Mamaroneck and the Town of Mamaroneck cover Route 95 through our communities here. So these vehicles are out there quite often. When we used to have a lot of years ago, we had a lot of problems with that S-turn down there under Old White Plains Road. Fortunately, the state has refixed it. We don't have as many slippery, slidey spots, but unfortunately, we still have a lot of weak drivers, so we're out there often. And everybody gets mad at us when we close the road.
I like this antique one coming up.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this one from the town as well?
I'm not sure. There's a group in the area that rehabs fire equipment.
Okay.
Like a hobby, if you will. I'm not sure if this is one. Larchmont used to have one. I don't know if, well, they went through. I'm not sure. We'll cheat and read the sign on the
Yeah, let's wait till it gets over here.
Well, it's a
And in
beauty,
this
that's
case,
for sure.
You'll notice he's got a hand pump siren. He's got a pump it to
Oh,
make it work.
wow. Look at that. That's as
Palomano.
old school as it gets.
Yeah, that was a Palomano Fire
Palomano.
Department. It's a antique piece that they use for parade. Okay, we've got another division coming up into your pictures, and I believe the chief who was to be division marshal had a family emergency, so ex-captain Megan Farrell, who was designated aide, has stepped up to the plate and is now the division marshal.
Little known fact, I've known Megan Farrell for a long time.
There you go.
And following Megan, we have
The Tappan Zee Bridgeman, which is one of these units that actually performs and in the competitions for drum and bugle corps. If you've never been to one of those, if you see one somewhere along the way, it's a fascinating function to watch. They actually use up the length of a football field going through their different routines.
I'm loving their matching outfits today. American flag t-shirts. Representing 4th of July weekend and kicking it off with the parade.
And it looks like Tappan Zee are going to get a good workout tonight. They're scheduled into the next division. I guess there's a bus waiting for them at Boston Post Road. I can't imagine they're all going to have to run back.
And following the Tappan Zee
Ossining is
Bridgeman.
the unit that's always in competition with Rochester for most men. Look at this parade uniform.
Wow.
Color guard. Look at the size of that color guard. Oh, I see. Now it's a Mayapack, Ossining, and Montrose. They've joined forces. They look real sharp. For those of you, these fellas carrying the horns with the flowers in them, those are speaking trumpets. In the early years of firefighting, the chief officer on the ground gave his orders through those speaking trumpets. Now they're basically carried as parade units and special functions.
I said it before, I have the best history book on Mamaroneck right here as my co-host, so I'm very, very honored.
They didn't have radios and all those things. They had to shout. Yeah. The equipment was probably actually pulled in by a horse.
And this
now,
is very impressive. Look at this, Ken.
Cars. Here you go.
Wow.
3 abreast.
3 right next to each other, lined up. That is quite a sight.
And all SUVs, because that's the best thing to work out of. And as I said, if you open the back doors, you'll find numerous firefighting needs back there.
We have, what, 6, 7, 8 SUVs.
All Chiefs cars.
All Chiefs cars.
And also, here again, these are all red Chiefs cars. We had a lot of them that were white Chiefs cars. White tends to be the helmet of the chief, so you see a lot of white.
And now we have...
Okay, here we go with Cortland's engine, followed by... Ossining's ladder truck.
And last is Mayapack.
Mayapack. So they got 1 unit from all 3 of the communities that have joined forces.
Very impressive and beautiful.
I hear a siren. There's something going on. Okay, ladder truck going by. This fire company was organized in 1812.
It says Westchester's oldest on the side of their fire truck.
There you go.
So got a shout out to that. And following Mayapack, we have the Carmel Fire Department. And Carmel is up in Putnam Valley as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's coming up right now.
Right. They're up in that same general area.
Carmel has a pretty good turnout as well.
Yes, they do. They're right up there on the Westchester-Putnam line. And I believe they're actually Putnam County.
And they didn't follow the rule either. They're here with a lime yellow fire truck.
Right. There you go.
I love seeing these multicolored
and
fire trucks.
This must be the Ladies Auxiliary. That's the group coming up just forward of the Chief's car.
Yes.
And they're all wearing ties.
Love it. Love these ladies looking prim and proper and ready to do some business. We have another fire chief's SUV. And like I said, the lime yellow fire truck.
There you go. There used to be a lot of discussion about what color a fire piece of equipment used to be. I was always of the feeling when they get through putting all these emergency lights on, if you can't see it, the color doesn't make a lot of difference. But
That's
there's
true.
always been a discussion of what's the easiest to see out there. Lime green is usually won the visual part.
Definitely you can't miss that.
But the red is the traditional.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what do we got there? And this looks like West Harrison coming up.
We have some young guys over here coming up from West Harrison.
This might be their scout group leading. Some of the departments will lead with the scout group.
Looks like the next generation,
Yeah,
Ken.
there you go. In that group is a fire chief eventually. Okay.
It's nice to see the next generation showing up, supporting
go.
West Harrison.
And for those that you travel on 287, you go through West Harrison's fire district.
And West Harrison, along with their younglings and their firemen and firefighters, we have 2 Chiefs SUVs.
Yep. And probably a rescue or a utility vehicle behind the chief's vehicle. Can't quite see the designator yet.
And then we have 2 fire trucks following that.
Yep, utility 25. Okay. West Harrison, they probably have all kinds of emergency spreaders, cutters, and things like that. Extra generating power.
Woo! That one gave me a scare. That one gave me a scare.
Yeah. Yeah, West Harrison also is referred to as Silver Lake. It's
Yes.
a up there.
This one's engine 266 from West Harrison.
Yep.
I also love to see how like each fire truck has some sort of like special design. Like this one seems to have like a Tasmanian devil on the side of it.
Well, the local companies all have a mascot of one
Yeah,
kind.
and I like
or
to
name or
be able to
something.
see that on each truck. I saw like an Indian chief's head on a previous
Yeah,
one. I think it
well,
was
a lot of them, they
Maypac.
were names that go back a long time. Some of them are newer. In some cases, they'll pick up on a particular cartoon character.
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of personalizes the unit to a particular
Yeah, I love that.
community or firehouse.
And we seem to be having a holdup again.
Generally, they ask them not to blow those things, but every once in a while we get somebody that likes to make a little more noise.
There seems to be a little bit of a holdup. They're probably clearing traffic down by the post road. Very exciting times.
It's a little hard to talk over that kind of noise. As that truck went by, you'll notice at the end of the ladder there was a bucket. We have 2 types of ladders in the fire service. A tower ladder that usually has a ladder with a bucket hanging off of it. And then we have a plain ladder truck, which is just a straight ladder. Can go up anywhere 85, 100 feet. In some cases, a wee bit more. All right, that was the Celtic Cross went by us, and they were in front of Darien, another Connecticut fire company with ladies in white shirts and ties.
Yay! love it. You look fantabulous tonight.
And they're all in step.
We're going to cut back to Marcello Meidler, a reporter who's with some resident youths.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with Sophia and Anthony. So, guys, what's your favorite part about today's parade?
The race cars, because they made a lot. They were really fast and they made a lot of smoke.
Oh, have you guys been coming every year?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you want to be a fireman when you grow up?
Maybe.
Maybe. Do you know what to do in case of a fire?
Drop down and get out of the house.
It's good advice. All right, Kat and Ken, we're gonna head back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Marcella. Ken and I are here still at the Fireman's Parade welcoming the Darien Fire Department, who's just about to wrap it up. We had a few fire trucks, actually.
Yeah, this is their rescue unit. Also, a lot of these will have bench seating inside, so in this really crummy weather, they can get in and rehab some of the firefighters that need to either warm up or cool down. And this is another tanker, not quite as big as the lime green one went by before, but this has probably got 1,000 gallons of water in it. Because here again, north end of Darien can be very rural.
Yes.
And we're coming up with another pause.
I believe we have Greenwich coming up.
Yep.
Can't see that far, but...
Okay. And Greenwich is going to have the Nash Drum Corps in front of them when they reach us. Actually, yeah.
Right now we're being surrounded by tons of bubbles,
Yeah,
which
somebody's
are
blowing bubbles.
by these little kids around here. Makes it for a fun atmosphere. Our residents are enjoying lots of today's shops and cafes, restaurants. I keep seeing people with boxes of pizza and I'm hungry now.
Yeah, we'll mug one on the way by. Get their pizza. Okay, this must be the Nash Drum Corps, the Nash Drum Corps.
Nash Drum Corps.
Can you read the banner down behind them?
Greenwich. Greenwich is next.
So we are in Greenwich. We're in the right place on the page.
Yes, we are. We haven't skipped ahead yet. We're right on target.
Okay.
The Greenwich Pipe Band.
Yep, there you go.
Very nice.
We got a youngster there.
We have very young. Looks like a preteen. Wow, good for her. We have the Greenwich Volunteer Firefighters coming up next.
This is the Greenwich Volunteer Firefighters, Greenwich, Connecticut. We're getting a pretty good turnout from Connecticut tonight.
Yeah.
We do draw units from quite a distance away. Well, Greenwich isn't that far, but it's amazing how many communities support us for this parade. Some 34 of them, to be exact. Wave at the lady. Wave at the lady.
Yay! Another one for the ladies, Ken.
Okay, Glenville is a section of Greenwich, just north of Boston Post Road up there, the fire district.
It's a classic engine, that's for sure. It's a very beautiful and antique one.
However, probably still first line.
We have the Byram, also in Connecticut.
Well, that's all part of the Greenwich
Greenwich area.
Greenwich area, and this is their utilities or fire rescue vehicles, depending on the need. And here again, a lot of specialized equipment's behind all those little doors. All right, we should be getting the Westchester Police Emerald Society pipe and drums.
I actually think
we
this
had
is
the firefighter one before. Now we get the police one.
Oh, okay.
Little competition there.
Actually, I think this is the Nash Drum Corps. This one is.
Can we skip something in there, maybe?
I think we want to point out that it was the Greenwich Pipe Band that passed first, and this is the Nash Drum Corps. Yeah, this is them. Looking very dapper in their uniforms tonight.
Right.
Very distinct and different from anything we've seen so far. And
this should be Harrison.
Yeah,
It's the Harrison Fire Department. Yes, it is.
Had a good turnout as well.
And I think their band was a late entry because they're not on our list. So if we messed up the name, I apologize.
Plenty of Harrison folks turned out.
Good turnout tonight.
And right behind these firefighters seem to be 3 chiefs SUVs coming up.
And some of Harrison's fire equipment.
I seem to notice a pattern too, Ken, that some of these SUVs kind of have like a ghost writing on them.
Yes.
Is that sort of the new trend?
Yeah, that's one of the later things they've done. They used to be plain, but now you get it kind of fades into the paint. I guess it's a new paint technique. And I'm sure they're going to come up for an interview here momentarily, the young ladies that in that pageant. Well, you can't see them. They're lining up in front of us to be interviewed.
We have some beauty queens lining up.
Yep. We give you a sneak preview. All right, they got them in the proper line. They're about to interview. We're waiting for the interview. If we're not supposed to have dead space, but we're waiting on the interview.
So Marcella Meidler has our very young beauty queen. So let's see what she has to say.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with 3 lovely ladies that walked in the parade today. So, guys, why'd you walk in the parade?
We wanted to support the 4th of July. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Having fun.
And what is your favorite part about today's parade?
I think that getting to spend time with our sister queens and getting to see everyone and have a lot of fun, you know, really represent America.
Are you guys from Mamaroneck?
Yes. Oh, she is.
Oh, she's from Mamaroneck. Yeah. Okay. So you guys won Miss New York? Did you a junior Miss New York?
Yeah, we did a state pageant in New Jersey, and we all bonded a lot, and we both won. So then we went to California, and we mostly bonded more and connected with each other a lot.
Awesome. How old are you, Lily?
6.
Is this your first year at the Fireman's Day Parade?
Yes.
Are you having a good time?
Yes.
What's your favorite part about today's parade?
Favorite part was that I got to see all my friends and standing in the car and waving, and that was my favorite part.
All right. Well, thanks, and we're going to wrap up and bring it back to Kat and Ken.
Thank you so much, Marcella. Thank you, ladies. So we're back to Harrison here with a few of their fire trucks wrapping up.
You may have seen the antique Harrison unit go through on the parade, which is an older unit. It was actually a hose cart. It would move hose from the firehouse to the fire scene using the back of that.
I want to point out too that Harrison is known for their maroon color.
There you go.
So another fire truck color for you tonight.
And I think we have another green coming up, I think. I'm seeing that right?
We have the White Plains Volunteer Fire Department unit coming up.
This ladder truck is still part of the Harrison unit coming through. And this is another one of what we call a tower ladder because it has the bucket off the back. And its radio designator here in the county is TL, followed by its dedicated number.
And like I mentioned before, following Harrison, we have the White Plains Fire Department.
Yeah. They do have a strong volunteer organization up there.
We have several members that showed up too to represent. Again, we're slowing down a little bit to clear traffic down at the Post Road. And this maroon color, to point out again, is very nice.
It looked green when the light hit it. It's maroon. I stand corrected. And there's your symbol up on behind the door.
There's 2 symbols on that one: a dog wearing a fireman's outfit and a chief's head.
They were probably called the Bulldogs at one time. All right, we got the White Plains unit coming along. It's a volunteer operation for the city of White Plains.
See lots of ladies.
There you go.
Nice to see them turn out too. Nice turnout. And following the volunteers, firefighters, we have a chief's car.
And we're going to get a hand-pulled unit on a trailer that was actually hand-pulled in its day. And what would happen, you take 4 or 5 guys in the front and a few in the back, because the guys in the back would have braked when they went downhill. And everybody had to pull when they went pull or push when it went uphill.
Wow. When was this used? During what times?
This is probably late 1800s,
wow.
Early 1900s, in the days when we still had horses.
Right.
I actually had a grandfather who was Larchmont Fire Department back in the 1919 type of numbers through that time frame, and they had horses. When he first came on the job, he had to be able to drive horses.
That's
horse team.
That's incredible. Shout out to White Plains for preserving this, really, so that we're able to see it tonight. That is quite an artifact to be looking at.
We do have one here in the village that's housed up here on the pumper company up here on the hill. We take when we go parade it.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Looks very similar to this one. And those are actual hose nozzles that those flags are stuck in. They would be put on the end of the hose. And on the end you could change the nozzles for the amount of water you wanted. The straight stream, tight stream, things like that.
Good to know. I believe we're still with White Plains.
I think so. We got another small unit. I see a couple of people standing there.
And this fire truck will wrap up White Plains participation tonight.
Yep. And they all have to stop because we have people in the crosswalk. Have to stop for people in the crosswalk.
And we have...
Okay, Totowa is one of the fire departments that's always competing for coming the longest distance. We have a trophy for those folks that come the longest distance. They're always in competition for it. I haven't noticed who might be their main competitor here tonight.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Totowa, New Jersey representing. We have 4 firefighters and their truck. So we thank them for coming all the way out here.
And he's carrying flowers in one of those speaking trumpets.
And now we have some more live music coming up.
This is probably the Westchester Police Emerald that I tried to give credit to the other group for.
And this is made up of policemen, right?
Yes.
Or police.
Yep.
Men or women.
Westchester Police.
Westchester Police. Who are also looking very dapper in their navy and yellow tonight. I think if I hear it correctly, I think it's God Bless America that they're playing. It's just beautiful, like I said, to kick off this 4th of July weekend.
Yep. Very sharp, right in position, right.
Like all marching.
Right. All in step.
Right, marching at the same
Drummers
step.
keeping them honest with that beat.
And after these, I believe we have Elmsford coming up.
They're in front of Elmsford. They're leading the Elmsford Fire Department.
Elmsford seems to have a very diverse group of people as well.
There you go.
And following the Elmsford Fire Department, we have a Chief's SUV.
There you go.
And we have
another tower ladder coming.
Which we gotta point out is not red this time again. Yay! Love seeing these different colors tonight. If I can see correctly, that seems to be lime green, lime yellow as well.
I think it's a white cab with a lime green.
Yeah. Elmsford arriving tonight in a ladder truck 21 in lime yellow. which is a sight to see. You wouldn't miss that on the highway, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Oh. These random honks are scaring me sometimes. And I know they're coming, but still. Like you taught me tonight, we have a utility truck.
Yep, there you go.
For Elmsford as well, number 88.
Utility 86 from that Elmsford.
Which I just realized my friend's in the truck.
There you go.
Live. What can you say? We have another.
This is Elmsford's engine.
Yes. Engine 237 to point out exactly.
Live Oak Company. And in this one, if you notice, the operator stands up behind the cab and operates the pump from that platform behind the cab. Most of our units, the control panels on the side of the truck and the operator's on the ground. This is what they call a center mount, and he stands up in there, gets a little better view of the fire ground. However, there's a lot of up and down while you're operating. Okay, here comes the brassmen again.
We're gonna take a quick cut. We're gonna go back to our reporter Marcella Meidler, who's with the Native American chief.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with Joseph at the Fireman's Parade. So, Joseph, are you part of a Native American tribe?
I am not.
You are not?
No.
So, why are you dressed up today?
We portrayed Chief Indian Chief Wapawuwam, who lived in Mamaroneck in 1661.
Oh, so you were representing the chief?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every year during the parade, I took up to do this years ago, and people love it, and I love it, and it's very nice to do it.
What's your favorite part about the parade?
Favorite part of the parade? Everything. The band, the music, the trucks.
Every year you come and you dress up, how many people dress up with you?
Sorry?
How many people dress up with you?
Just me.
Just you? All right, well, we're going to give it back to Kat and Ken.
Thanks again, Marcella. And right now we're in the midst of the color guard, right, Ken? We have lots of noise right next to us. I believe it's the color guard. And have we entered into our third division already?
Yep, we're in here. We did that. The Westchester Brassmen that just went by, march in a lot of parades around here in the county, participate in a lot of competitions. They're very sharp and they're very well performing outfit.
Yeah. Want to shout out to Ardsley. Like Ken just mentioned, very dapper and very sharp tonight.
Okay, now you got red with a white stripe.
Different. I'm telling you, I love how each department in each town does their own thing with their trucks. Still a staple, but you know, each one has their own kind of finger on it.
Okay, we got another pumper coming up and another ladder truck coming up.
So Ardsley had 2 chief SUVs, and now we have 2 fire trucks.
There you go.
One is engine 165, and then
we get a tower.
The ladder is
ladder truck,
actually ladder, yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the bucket, so it's an actual designated ladder truck.
So Ardsley's ladder is number 60? 50. Ooh, my vision's going.
All right, this should
here's
be
the Tappan Zee Bridgeman again, like you mentioned.
Yep, they had to get them back over there. I think there's a few less, though.
So a few less. Only half of them this time ran around the block and came back to march.
These are the guys in better shape.
The ones that were up for the feet, right? Enjoying their live music. Excellent tonight. A lot of fun. Makes you want to boogie down. And we have our neighbors right now, Larchmont.
Yeah, we had their special group with the hats went through with the flame on top before. That's part of the antique division. I'm sure those guys won't be real happy to be called antiques, but that was the antique division. This is the firefighter division.
The current. I'm just seeing our reporters running and interviewing one of the firemen. Gotta love technology these days. You can just run up and walk right along with them. So we have, again, 2 SUVs here who belong to the Chiefs. And I love that Larchmont.
And here again, it looks like Larchmont might have emptied the barn. There's quite a few of them lined up here.
Yeah, it seems to be about 3. 3 and then 2 SUVs along with one other one at the end.
Yep. Well, they have a rescue. They have a couple of pumpers along with their ladder truck. It's actually a tower ladder. Tower ladder.
Tower ladder, does that mean that it's taller?
No, it means it's got that bucket hanging off the end.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you can climb the ladder, but there's a bucket to work off.
Ah, okay.
Otherwise, you're working off a skinny ladder 100 feet in the air.
Good to point out.
Okay, so that's why some are called tower ladders and others just called plain ladder.
And Larchmont's emblem is Manor Park's gazebo.
Yeah, they use that on almost all their formal documentation throughout the village.
Oh, so this would be a regular ladder here coming up. This would be a regular ladder.
Well, this is a bumper here.
Okay.
But they just got a standard ladder on it.
Ah, okay.
And this is the rescue truck.
I love that I'm learning along with the audience today the different vehicles.
But here again, they could probably put people inside that in bad weather for get them warm, get them cold. In the summertime, you get dehydrated with all the turnout gear that you're wearing. You sweat up a storm. And in the wintertime, you not only sweat up a storm, but it's 0 temperature outside, so you can get chilled down. So it's what they call rehab of the firefighter.
And we have Levittown coming up right now.
They're another one that's in that race for distance.
Levittown, Long Island.
And they're out of ways. And then we're going to eventually get Broad Channel, which is also out there.
And quite a few from Levittown showed up.
Yeah.
Very nice. Along with a really flashy fire truck as well.
They can't get hot dogs out there. They came for our hot dogs.
I think they came for our pizza frites. That's what I think they came for.
Okay.
They got wind of how good those are. And we have a little bit of a break right now as well.
Yep. Hey. None better. See the sign? None better?
None better, the Tasmanian Devil. Looks like he's chomping through the hose.
Yeah, now, coming to us was going to be Purchase Fire Department, I believe, with the Rockland County Larkin Memorial Pipe Band. I can hear it coming.
I can hear it coming, too.
But we've got a fair spread, so that's where we're at.
So bear with us. They're on their way.
They're on their way, okay? If you make your way down to Harbor Island, we're there till about 11 o'clock if you want to stop down. We're doing fireworks Saturday night. The Village of Mamaroneck puts on a fireworks show. Come early. We have lots of food for you, lots of refreshments. And if you get there early enough, you might get a 6-foot square of grass out there in the lawns.
On the Harbor Island Park, yeah? And make sure to bring those kiddos.
Yeah, bring the kids.
There's lots of rides happening down there as well.
Lots of rides. There's also a raffle going off. We have some tickets you can pick up. We're raffling off, I think, $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Buy a couple chances.
We want to welcome the Rockland County Edward V. Larkin Memorial Pipe Band now coming up with some very nice live music as well. Those
I've enjoyed watching the cadence when the pipe bands walk. They always maintain a nice cadence. Of course, I guess with those bagpipes you have to.
Yeah. And the weight of those drums too. And preceding the pipe band, like we said, we have Purchase. The Purchase Fire Department?
Yes, that's where you have Purchase up there. They spend a lot of time up at the Purchase SUNY College. That's in their fire districts, and I hear their alerts going off quite often.
Ah, those dorms.
Yeah, them dorms.
I can't imagine what those college students are up to.
They probably spell that word differently. And I see the young interviewing firefighters this evening.
Yeah, we have a
walking
reporter,
interview, walking reporter.
Getting live feed as they're walking with the firemen.
There you go. All right.
And I believe this is Purchase's
Yeah, this should be
unit.
Purchase equipment coming up behind us. So anytime you're visiting Purchase College up that way, these are the folks that are protecting you.
We have several of their chief cars.
Yep, a couple more chief cars.
A utility truck. This is a little bit more modern than the ones we've seen.
Yeah. Well, this is a pickup truck with a cab on it. Utility, they're referring to this. That's what the U means.
Mm-hmm. Number 10, and then we have one of their fire trucks here. Engine 239.
And in this case, you get the tower ladder again. Here again, you got that big bucket up on the end of it. That's the giveaway. There are different looking configurations depending on who the manufacturer is. They all have their own idea about how to get the bucket in the air.
This one's very nice, Tower 53. Oh, now I see what you meant by the booth.
Yeah.
Very
And some
nice.
of them are front mounted. The one we have here in the village is rear mounted. The bucket hangs off the
What
back.
are the ones that some fire trucks have, like a little booth in the back where someone can help steer?
That's called a tiller. We have one of those here in the village.
Okay.
They're not common anymore. It's a manpower issue. Because you always have to have two people to get the truck on the road.
Right.
Oh, here you go. This has got to be Broad Channel. They're partying.
Oh, yeah. I think they brought their own music this time. They want to be known and heard tonight.
They're not looking for a trophy. They're for a good time.
And here they go. Broad Channel, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a rescue pumper. They bring two. They got two here. Yeah, Broad Channel. Broad Channel was one of those areas in Long Island that were decimated during Sandy. It was one of those areas where they had all those fires and everything that they were covering in the news media. That was out in the area where Broad Channel is.
Now we're welcoming Spirit 76? Spirit 76 from
Spirit
Eastchester.
76 leading Eastchester.
Eastchester's banner says proudly serving since 1894, I believe. Wow, that's impressive.
Village of Mamaroneck is 1884.
Wow, that is history right there. And we have another one of those classic.
We have a classic on the back. I can't quite make it out. We're losing the light here over the street. This looks like a hose wagon, hand pulled, and the brass pipes are actually nozzles that are sticking on that. Okay. And this would be Mill Plain, the next fire company
Mill
up.
Plain.
And I'm not sure where Mill Plain is, but we'll cheat and look on the fire truck.
All right. Connecticut, there it is.
There you go, Mill Plain, Connecticut.
Mill Plain coming to you from Connecticut.
I'm going to have to look them up and see if they might be in line for that distance trophy. I'm not sure where they are.
I mean, it might be since we didn't know where it was. Mill Plain's truck looks very nice. Those wheels are big. This looks like a really nice new truck.
Yeah, it's fairly recent. Unit 12.
Very nice.
And this is probably their utility vehicle coming up behind it.
Yep.
Okay.
It seems to
and
be
while
near
we've got a bit of
by
a
the
break.
Danbury area.
There you go. Okay.
There we go. Good to know.
Yeah, that's good to know. Well, there's another one up there called Turn of the River that used to come quite often, and they're up just north of Stamford. While we have a few minutes, I'm going to import a little information that I think is fun. In our fire company here in the village of Mamaroneck, the Hook and Ladder Company, we have a person named Jerry Byrne who has a couple of sons who have joined the New York City Fire Department. In addition to which, they've joined the communities where they live. up in Kent. That was the outfit with the yellows going through. His son is the fire chief up there in Kent, which is a small community just above Carmel. And his other son is with Broad Channel from Long Island. So they're all in the parade this evening. So shout out to the Byrne family. Thank you.
Now we're going to be in a little bit of a holdup while we wait for the 4th division.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good spread here. So you got any good stories you want to talk about?
Not sure. I mean, all I have to say is this weather is absolute perfection right now.
Yeah, it really is. It's nice. But we're losing the light, so it's harder to pick up other than the fancy emergency lights that are slowly working their way to us. And the crowd's starting to get a little antsy because I see they're drifting out into the Mamaroneck Avenue here.
I think the kiddos are anxious to get down to those rides down at the
there
harbor.
You go. Hot dog, Coke, drink. Although some of them, it looks like they've done their winning already. Look, young lady with her pink
has her
horse,
pink unicorn or something, yeah.
There you go.
See several of those actually.
Yeah.
We have
also, while we're waiting, there's a lot of restaurants here that are open and would love to have you visiting. And there's been a few new ones. We're sitting in front of something referred to as Green Life, which is a newer operating restaurant here on the avenue.
I believe it opened this week, actually. So it's serving crab sandwiches, salads, and fresh pressed juices. We got to check that one out, Ken.
Yeah, there you go.
It's right next door, so we're running in there after. So we want to welcome, actually, the X Factor drum line that's coming up. It's a little dark, but they are definitely breaking it down over there. They are dancing.
Try this at home if you like.
So
they're leading the town of Greenburgh, which here again it might be made up of a number of different communities up there when the apparatus come through.
And they're breaking it down, these young ladies.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. There you go. Unfortunately, we need to talk to them and get some spotlights out of them.
Right? I wish they would move up a little bit closer so we could see them.
Well, hopefully you'll get a good shot of them at home, but we're just seeing the bodies moving from our vantage point.
They deserve a spotlight. They're dancing away over there. They're coming up. And we want to point out the X Factor drumline is from Mount Vernon.
There you go.
Here they are.
I hope you get that on the program because we're really not seeing it from our vantage point.
Bravo to these young ladies. They're doing great. Oh, they paused right in front of us. Let's take a look.
Those young ladies are going to be in great shape. All that moving. About a half a block down the road, you'd have to pick me up.
And
trying to do those moves.
Following the girls.
And this is their drum line.
We have the Stephen Driscoll drum pipe band. We're welcoming Greenburgh next.
Yes, we got the Greenburgh Fire Department, which we may have a number of communities involved. It says town of Greenburgh, so there are 3 or 4 fire departments within the town of Greenburgh. There's Greenville, there's Hartsdale.
Yeah, and this one says Fairview on the side.
Fairview on the side, right. So it's another joint turnout from the different units within the town of Greenburgh.
I think this seems to be an antique one as well coming up.
Yeah, they got a couple of pieces. The Greenville Firehouse used to have a collection of antique equipment.
This one's from Hartsdale.
Yes, which is not to be redundant, but
Yeah.
I had a brother that used to be a member there.
And they're also showing up with the lime green
There you go.
fire truck, engine 175 from Fairview,
And they
also
put a
part
blue
of
line
Greenberg.
down there.
I like that. We're gonna wait a few seconds while the next pipe band shows up.
You have an advantage on something. We're looking into stage lighting, so the world has slowly disappeared in front of us.
It's getting a little dark for us, right, Ken? I'm like, we have
Well,
this.
it's nice and bright here, but trying to look through the lights is a challenge.
So we have the Stephen Driscoll Memorial Pipe Band
Leading Thornwood, which will follow
in
them.
Thornwood. Yep. Very nice music, outfits. And preceding them, we have the Thornwood Fire Department and their fleet.
Yep. You can see us. Looks like they've got an older piece coming up also.
Yep. I love these older pieces.
Yep.
This one seems to have a bell on the back of it.
Yep. This might, what is this? I can't quite make it out yet. This looks like a hand pumper. They used to take these to a water source and drop a suction hose in and then use those handles to pump water.
Wow. And preceding that, we have two chief SUVs and several fire trucks. We have several fire trucks. As far as I can see, I see about 3 fire trucks, along with several SUVs. We're pausing again for traffic clearing up down by the post road.
Quite a line all the way back there, so we've got Thornwood, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units still to go.
So bear
And
with
they're all
us.
in a park mode. I can see all the way back to the railroad bridge there, flashing lights back there.
Again, we apologize for the delay. There's clearing up traffic down at the post road.
The other problem that they run into down at Harbor Island as this parade winds down, they can't get all of the equipment down into the park. So then they have to sort it out up and down the post road, and sometimes that delays things while they find places to park the equipment so they can go down and enjoy the refreshments.
And the public seems to be getting the clue too that they're all charging towards the harbor.
Well, also what we'll run into here as the little ones, as it's getting darker, it's getting closer to bedtime.
Bedtime.
If they're not already asleep in a carriage.
And we're still welcoming Thornwood and their fleet. There's several fire trucks.
Yep, and they like yellow up there. They've had many years of yellow. In fact, I think they were one of the first fire companies to break the color line here in Westchester for the color of their equipment.
This was Rescue 75. We just had Engine 33.
Yeah, Rescue 75. We got an aerial device coming.
And we're gonna, I believe we have an interview coming up. But in the meantime, we have tower ladder here, 1.
All right, we're going to have another wait. The crowd is getting antsy. They're moving back and forth across the avenue quite a bit. But we got at least 2 more bands coming.
Yep. I believe what we hear is the New York State Courts Pipe Band coming up.
Yep. Now, we may get before them Bodega, which is another one of those long distance companies. I believe this outfit comes from a community up along the Rockland County, Jersey borderline, if I remember correctly. All right, that's got to be the New York State Court Officers Pipe Band.
Who's also playing God Bless America.
Right. Most of these gentlemen are court officers in different courts.
This one coming up is...
This might be, I don't know, this is Patterson or Norotan, Connecticut?
Norotan, Connecticut.
Okay.
Norotan. Also, this one's bright yellow, Ken.
Yep, there you go.
Not even lime green. This is bright yellow, mustard color yellow.
There you go. And this is open cab. This is an older style.
Oh, wow, yeah,
they
you're
don't
right.
allow open cabs anymore.
Wow,
Become an insurance
that's beautiful.
issue.
It's like a convertible fire truck.
Oh, when I first started driving, they didn't have roofs on them.
Wow.
Regardless of the weather, that you were driving it.
And I believe we have the new Fairfield Sparklers here.
Yeah, must be the girls with sparkles.
So we're going to come back to Marcella Myler, who's with former captain from Mamaroneck FD.
Thanks, Kat. We're here with ex-captain David LaRocco.
Hi, ex-captain Village of Mamaroneck Fire Department, Mamaroneck Engine and Hose Company. It's our 125th anniversary this year in November. So I marched earlier in the yellow fire truck, and I'm here with my son Matteo.
Hi, Matteo.
Hello.
So he's a future firefighter, my little 5-year-old, and besides watching it, I'm actually on call to respond to fire calls. Hence my little walkie-talkie. So.
Do you want to be a firefighter when you grow up?
Race car.
You want a race car? You want to be a race car driver? Oh, yeah. What's your favorite part about today's parade?
Fire truck.
The fire truck?
Fire trucks. What's your favorite color fire truck?
Blue.
Blue fire truck. We have to hope that we see a blue fire truck.
So what should you do in case of a fire, Matteo?
What do? Do you stay in the house or do you get out?
Spray out the fire.
Spray out the fire.
All right. Okay, well, thank you so much, David, and we're going to cut back to Kat and Ken.
I'm sorry.
Scarsy, thank you so much, Marcella. We're still continuing
that's
with
Glenbrook. All right, Connecticut's
with the
engine
fire
34.
trucks. We had.
And we got Glenbrook.
We have Glenbrook coming up right now.
Okay. Another Connecticut outfit. It was confusing their numbers with our county numbers. They got.
And I also just got really scared because one of the horns went off.
Okay, that was Glenbrook. We got Pound Ridge. Springdale might be the last one if we got them.
I think this is it, Ken.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is the last couple.
I think the bus is for one of the bands, so we may be coming close to the end of our program.
And this is the Springdale Fire Company.
Montrose brought their people down by bus.
By bus? And here comes the noise.
Yeah, this is probably pretty much it. So we're probably going to be winding down here in a moment or two. So I want to thank all of you that are out there watching us and putting up with my poor performance.
And I just have a few last-minute pointers. I was like, that's us. That's it for us. My goodness, I'm getting tongue-tied last minute. For us at the Village of Mamaroneck Firemans Parade, we have some special things, so just bear with me. We have Vincent's Garage for providing a flatbed truck for us. The village manager, Rich Slingerland, at the Village of Mamaroneck Department of Public Works for arranging power for our cameras and lights. Molly Spillanes for allowing us access to their roof. Our volunteer setup assistants, Remy Livden, Michael Fedorowski, and Noam Radcliffe. our LMC-TV staff, who obviously all of this is possible because of them. Running the camera on the roof of Molly and Spillane's is Matt Sullivan. We have operating our roving camera, and also producing our coverage is Rob Moretti. Operating talent camera, Dina Schumacher. Running the sideline camera is Shayla Navarro. And managing the floor is Christina Carino Forrest. And one more time, along with our reporter Marcella Meidler and my co-host extraordinaire, Ken Barron. I'm Kat Galliano, and that's it for the 68th Annual Fireman's Parade, and we'll see you next year.
All right, and I'd like to close this out with a shout out to Alice. I missed you, Alice, but Kate did a good job. But I hope you get well and you join us again. Good
Bye,
night.
Alice. Get